Hey guys, it's your girl Pixie and I'm back with another video. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome to Pixie's World. If you guys are not, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a story time about how my ex-girlfriend told my mom I was a stripper. But before we get into the video, guys, please like, please comment, please share, please subscribe, and please be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. All right, guys, so most of y'all, if y'all been following me, y'all know that I don't have a mother no more. My mom passed away in 2019 of May. But you know, we just going a little back. I had a girlfriend. If y'all watch my videos, I talk about it, not all into detail, but I talk about I dated this ex-girlfriend in like 2017. I think we broke up in like we was almost together for like 2 years. We broke up in like 2019 or whatever. And she was like one of the best things and one of the worst things that ever happened to me. She put me through a lot of shit. She really wasn't great for me. She really didn't treat me right. She slept with my friend. I got attacked because of that. And, you know, in the beginning it was bad, but because of her downplaying me and just telling me, oh, you too big to be a stripper, or you can't do nails, or you can't do this, it made me just... But after I got out of that relationship, it was like one of the best things that happened to me. I went through a lot with that relationship, but that relationship was like definitely a game changer for me. I've learned a lot in my relationships, but that one had to have been like the one that was like, I gotta give her a shout out, because it's like, I'm not gonna say her name, but it's like, bro, like I went through having to take care of her kids and being in hair school, and she wasn't supporting me. I got my lights cut off. She was telling me she was paying a bill. She wasn't. And it just, I went through so much with that relationship, and it just taught me, like, why be with somebody when you could do all bad by yourself? Like, and it taught me, like, the person next to you could be your worst enemy. It's just so sad, but the person laying next to you could be the most hating on you, most jealous of you, and, like, we don't want to believe it, but... yeah, it taught me, you know, be careful who you date, get to know people. I got a video about that coming soon, like why it's important to like basically take your time getting to know people. But we gonna focus on this video. All right, so I had a girlfriend or whatever in like 2017, like I said, and long story short, basically we was dating, and we had been going together for a while, and the girl basically, like, she was like lying to me, telling me she was paying bills and she wasn't. I got my lights cut off because of her. I had to go through all this stuff to get it put back on. When my lights was off, she had somewhere to go, which lets me to believe that she was ping-ponging between me and her ex-girlfriend. That's a whole nother story. And, you know, I was kind of dealing with the lights being off by myself or whatever. And, you know, I got them turned back on. I think, why would I date her again after that or get back with her after that? Who knows? But I think that like shortly after I got the lights cut back on, and then because I feel like that's what led her to tell my mom. I feel like it's shortly after I got the lights cut back on, and we stayed together, I think like within like a couple weeks, I was like done with her. Like, I think that all was around the same time, if I'm not mistaken. But what happened was, so I didn't hang on too long, thank God. But like, I can't remember the series of events, but I definitely think, you know, that I dumped her like shortly after all of that. So what happened was, like I said, she was lying to me, telling me that she's paying all these bills. I'm in school, I'm taking care of her kids, I'm taking care of my kid, you know what I mean? I'm just doing all this stuff that I'm supposed to be doing, not just even as a girlfriend, just as a person who got a crib, who cares about responsibilities, who just whatever. And I would never forget, like, it was towards the end of the relationship, I just was just tired. Like, I just didn't want to be with this girl no more. She was like bringing me down. I got to the point where I was like, you know what, I can't be with this girl no more. I thank God in all my relationships, I get to a point where I sit myself down like, sis, this not gonna work. Like, just move on. So I got to the point where I was like, you know, this not gonna work. Move along. Like, don't fuck with her no more. And what happened was, I basically told her, like, you know, it's not gonna work. You need to go your way. I'm gonna go my way. Let's just break up or whatever. And what happened was she didn't want to leave. And it's not like she didn't have nowhere to go. It'd be different if she didn't have nowhere to go, but I think she did, because every time we then broke up, me and her then broke up and moved in together, moved out, moved in, lived each other a lot. So, and every time she had somewhere to go, which, like I said, leads me to believe that she had an ex-girlfriend or somebody that was giving her somewhere to go. So it wasn't like you didn't have nowhere to go. If you guys want a video about that when you break up, and if you're living with your ex-girlfriend, what you could do, I have a video for that. So please go check that out. But yeah, so I don't know why she didn't want to leave, but it's something about once you finally leave a person, then they want to appreciate you, or they just want to linger around. You didn't need to be with me. You didn't need to stay with me. So I don't know what the whole point, why she just wouldn't get up and leave. So at the time, you know, obviously my mom was still living or whatever. And basically, like, I felt like if I didn't get my mom involved, she wasn't going to leave. And you know, once you get your parents involved, because my mom didn't really know what I was going through in that relationship. I didn't really tell her. Like, I usually like to handle my problems by myself. Like, especially if you're not going to leave, what's the point of bringing people in it for you to only stay? But I knew once I got my mom involved, that relationship was over. Like, that's it. So what happened was basically, the house was still in my mom's name at the time. So it was just like, it was her house. I was living in it. I was paying her rent. So the girl just would not leave. And I don't know why. We fighting, we fussing, you not paying bills, you don't want to be with me, you keep talking down to me, like, why do you want to stay? Like, why do you want to linger around? It's not like I said, you ain't had nowhere to go. But she basically wouldn't leave. So I had to get my mom involved. And like I said, once I told my mom, I knew that I had to break up with her. Like, I knew it was over. Like, it's no going back. So I told my mom or whatever. And basically, this has nothing to do with nothing, but she basically told my mom, like, yeah, your daughter, she told my mom that her baby father see me in the club sucking, and it's like, I don't know your baby father, he don't know me. I don't know why she would lie and say that or whatever. And then she just basically told my mom, like, I was a stripper. The guy her baby father see me doing this, her baby father see me doing that, this and third. But if your baby father see me doing all this, why would you still be with me? Why would you still date me? Why you want to be in my crib? But whatever. And shout out to my mom though, because like my mom really had my back. Like, my mom was obviously more peaceful than me and her, but my mom basically, she was like, you know what? Okay, like, I know my daughter not innocent, but she was like, it don't matter. Like, if she all this, she all that, just leave. And she was like, okay, thank you for telling me, but you still gotta go. Like, one thing my mom never did was embarrass me. Like, when if I had curfew or she needed me to come in the house, she'll be like, Monet, come here. Like, and then she'll tell me come in. Or say I had company, you know, like when I was dating, like I was younger, living in her crib, she'll come upstairs. She'll tell me, come upstairs, she got to talk to me and be like, you know, dismiss your company, let them go. Then when I start drawing and listen to her, then she embarrassed me, like, Monet, you know, like that. But like, she would never just outright, just straight to the point, embarrass me. But whatever. So shout out to my mom for that. Rest in peace to my mom, Miss Donna Jeffries. But yeah, so basically, like, she was like, all right, like, you told me what you told me, but you still got to go. Now, especially, you got to go because now you talking down on me. My mom, now she don't like you. Like, what? You doing all that? Like, even if I was a stripper or whatever the case, if I was sucking dick or whatever, that's my business. Like, why are you exposing me? So now my mom just really don't like her. Like, she don't like her no more. So, you know, my mom was just like, all right, the girl was like, oh, I paid bills here the last month. And, you know, I just want to stay because I paid the bills. And my mom was like, all right, you can stay for 2 more weeks. But after that, because it was like the middle of the month or the end, she was like, you got to leave. Later on, I found out that the girl wasn't paying no bills. She left my crib with like probably like $400 or $500 worth of bills. But that's what she told my mom. I didn't find out till afterward. I think I found out that day. Like, I was calling on my bills and I just found out whatever. But yeah, she told my mom, and my mom was like, all right, y'all don't want to be together. And it is so crazy how other people could just make it seem so simple. She was like, y'all don't want to be together. She was like, y'all not getting along. She was like, what's the point of staying under each other? She said, you go in one room, you go in another room. She was like, that's a big ass house. My house is big as shit, by the way. And she like, y'all not Y'all obviously done with each other. So what is the fight about? What's the argument about? Like, what are y'all fighting about? Like, what y'all done? Like, y'all, just let it be over. She said, for the next 2 weeks, you go in your direction, you going there. So she's saying this to my ex-girlfriend, she's saying it to me. My mom all sweet about it, and the girl like, okay, miss, and thank you this, and thank you that. My mom gets on the phone with me, she's like, Monet, fuck that bitch. My mom not a cursor. Like, my mom stopped that a long time ago. She like, fuck that bitch. She like, she was like, that bitch is weird. You could tell nobody never talked nice to her before. She was like, she's a piece of shit. She was like, Monet, just do what you gotta do. Stay away from her. Like, just stay away from her and go on about your business and just don't talk to her no more. And my mom, she didn't know I danced. I never told my mom I danced, but she was like, I know my child. I know she not innocent. This is in the third, but yeah, she read it on me and told my mom that I danced. Like it's like, it wasn't a secret, but it was like, that's not the way to tell somebody parent they a stripper. Then on top of that, telling her I'm in a club whoring, and that was never me. But my mom was like, just go your separate way, whatever. And it was just so funny because after I got off the phone with my mom, my ex-girlfriend was like, damn, nobody never talked to me that nice before. Your mom is sweet. And I just started cracking the fuck up because my mom said all that. My mom didn't even never meet her. My mom ain't know her. She grown, like she been through shit, so she knows, so whatever. So yeah, she told my mom was a dancer. So after that, my mom knew I danced, obviously. And that's really the story about how my mom feeling that I was a dancer. But like, just to piggyback on like what happened after that, the 2 weeks went past. She was trying to be nice to me. She was trying to get her son to be nice to me. Now, mind you, her son never liked me. Want to be this, want to be that. I was over it. Like, I was ready to go. I was ready. I was done with that relationship. Like I said, and when it was time for her to move out, I was cleaning this room. She kept following me around the room. I'm on the phone with my friend like, just walk away. I walk away. I walk out the house. She locked the door on me. Now she walking around. She come outside after me. Now she telling the postman I'm a dancer. Just antagonizing me. And I'm walking away like, if we over, like, mind you, she wouldn't pack her stuff up. She was just dragging it. So I kindly just took everything and just started packing everything up. So when she came back, I was like, look, there's no reason for you to linger around. Like, your stuff is packed. I know she was pissed off because she probably thought, we was just going through something. We was going to get back together. Like, I'm like, no. She like, oh, my ex-girlfriend about to come around here. She about to fight you. I said, look, get your ex-girlfriend to come around here and help you pick up your shit and go off into the sunset. But that goes back to showing like you still was dealing with your ex-girlfriend because your ex-girlfriend should be irrelevant. But let your ex-girlfriend pick up your stuff. Let her get you and just go and move on about your life. And yeah, so yeah, that happened or whatever. And then she was like, locked me out my house, and then like she basically tried to kick my Wi-Fi box and break it all up. The little glass came off the front, but I had that Wi-Fi. I think I just got that Wi-Fi box replaced like maybe like in the beginning of the year, and me and her broke up in like 2018. So yeah, that happened or whatever. And then the day she moved, I just got in the bed and I was like a battery. Like I needed to recharge. I stayed in the bed for like 3-4 days. I don't remember what happened that day, the next day. I just know it was just like a big blur. And after that, of course, later on, she started messing with my friend. Because I wasn't giving her no energy. I was just done with the relationship. Wasn't calling her, wasn't contacting her, wasn't putting her on social media, wasn't doing none of that stuff. I just left her alone. So, of course, she got a rise out of me by messing with my friend. That was the biggest mistake I ever made. Like, I should have just let her go along with my friend. But I didn't. I got mad. I contacted the friend. I contacted her. And then led up to like 3-4 months of drama. I had to change my number. I got attacked by my friend. It was just a mess. I should just let her fuck with my friend and just left her ass alone. But I didn't. I had this, But despite all the drama that I had happen, once I went through getting attacked and going through the motions with her, after that shit was over, my mom died. And I just dealt with it and I healed. I literally lived happily ever after. Like, literally happily ever after. Yeah, my mom, she was riding for me. Like, she was like, look, I don't care what you say about my daughter. I don't care if she's a stripper, a prostitute, a hoe. You still gotta go. And if it wasn't for my mom getting involved, that girl probably would have never left or nothing like that. But I'm not going to say I haven't heard from her since then, because I have. I actually was even still dealing with her for a little while, like never back together. I never looked at her as same like girlfriend material, but I would like every year after we broke up, me and her slept together at least once or twice throughout the year. But this year, I think this year I slept with her, and then after that I was like, look, Monet, like you can't. Just no more. She looked bad. She's not even the same girl. She used to be so pretty to me. She used to be so fucking attractive. She done got fat. Her lifestyle. She hang around nothing but bums. She lies. She don't got shit. She just still, and I know that if I was to contact her today, her life would be still going bad. I mean, of course she don't want to tell me that. She's not going to never admit that. But the proof be in the pudding. Like, people be lying about their life, and you could just, after spending some time with somebody for like a week or two, you can't seal up all the cracks, you know what I mean? But yeah, I lived happily ever after, y'all. I'm still a work in progress, but like that relationship was the best and worst relationship. But that was like a low to go tell my mom that I was a stripper. Like, what? Why would you do that? Like, that was for me to tell my mom. But oh well, it is what it is. My mom passed away knowing I was a stripper. At least my mom knew I wasn't no bum ass bitch. But the video is probably a little longer than intended. I don't think I need to say nothing else, because I ain't mean for this video to be long. But I mean, at the end of the day, she set me free, because I ain't had to tell her. So, you know, your glass gotta be half full, half empty, and think of the positive. So she kind of did me a favor. And I don't hear from her now. It's been almost a year now, and I lived happily ever after. But shit, that's how my mom found out I was a stripper. And y'all already know what I'm going to say next. Please pray to God. Please protect y'all peace. And I'll see y'all in the next video.